Hey everybody, Longbox Love Affair here with a video that promises to probably be one of my top hauls, that comic book hauls that I've done, at least recently. I I bought a lot of comic books this morning. Woke up before it started raining, and it was able to get over to this place where there was a boatload of comic books. Let me show you the picture. So that was a formidable task. And I thought there were 600 books. That was what was advertised. And instead, there were thousands. I don't know how many long boxes were there, maybe 15 or 20. There were magazines like Eerie and National Lampoons and Conan. This person collected Conan up the wazoo. And so I wasn't sure what to expect. I knew there was going to be a modern She-Hulk, which I did not want, at least the one that I saw in the picture. And then I knew there were some Conan books, so it was a crapshoot to get there. And to make the trip. So what happened was the comic books were $3 each, but the more you bought, the more it got discounted. 70 books, or I'm sorry, yeah, 70 books were $100. And that was the highest threshold. I ended up buying 161-ish comic books, and I think the guy messed up the math because he charged me $159. So less than $1 a piece is this haul. Now, you'll understand how crazy that is when you see what I have. All right, this is the box. The infamous box that I took magazines out of to put my haul in. And if you're savvy enough, you might know what that first book is. And if you follow me on Instagram, you already got a preview of what's here. And I think every book in this lot is an amazing find, and I'm super excited for that. So let's get into it. Okay, I am so excited to show these. This is maddening. There was another guy there when I arrived, and he was actually really cool. He was looking for Silver Age books, and he asked me what I was looking for. I asked him what he was, and I think we weren't hunting for the same thing. I was hoping for a Hulk 181, Amazing Spider-Man 300. I did not find those, but I found some things that are pretty effing awesome. And in fact, this first book, this guy found and knew that I was looking for X-Men, and so he said, "Oh, here it is if you want it." And that was Giant Size X-Men 1, first print. This, I couldn't believe this. I just got to start this off with a bang. Complete copy. I have this copy, but I bought it years and years ago when it was a stretch for me to get, and it was maybe $50. And it had the cover was not attached. So this is an upgrade copy for me. I'm definitely keeping this. Third appearance of Wolverine. First appearance of a lot of those X-Men. I can't believe this. And so the guy just said, "Here you go." He didn't buy a whole lot, so I don't know what he was exactly looking for. He made it through all the boxes before I could. But I caught some before he did as well. So I should have asked him what he picked up when he was walking out. And then I found some other books that were really cool. And remember, these are all under $1, less than $1. So X-Men 92, 95, 98, 89. Everything's in pretty decent condition. There's no mint near mint, I would think, but there's some things that are close, and there are some that are have some significant damage. But all in all, this is pretty cool. This one has some stuff I need to fix over there and here, but Starjammers. Actually, not Starjammers. What is that? The Imperial Guard and Starjammers are in that one. I got a second copy of that. John Byrne's first artwork. This is actually an upgrade copy from me as well. I'll probably keep this one. I'm not selling these right away, but I may put them up for sale. I'm not sure yet. It's too new, too exciting. Uncanny 110. 111 with Arcade. 112. I haven't bagged, obviously, any of these. These are brand new, just from the place. 114. This is classic Claremont. I think it's Claremont and John Byrne. And a lot of these are newsstands. But I don't know how rare the newsstands are for that time, because there weren't a whole lot of comic shops from what I understand. So newsstand was probably the typical. Shadow King on number 17. Or no, Proteus maybe? Shadow King? I think it's Shadow King. 118, Sunfire. 120, Alpha Flight. 124. So this is a near complete run of that's the saga. First appearance of Dazzler. 130. 133, the beginning of the Hellfire Club. 139. 145. 146. 158. 162. 163. 166. This is the first Lockheed. It used to be something that people were seeking after. I think Wizard put a bug in everyone's ear at one point, the Wizard magazine. All right, that's the X-Men. Next up, I found this early on. Hawkman. This is the first Zatanna, I believe. Decent condition, not excellent, but complete. And it was great to be able to pick this up, especially because I'm not a huge collector of Hawkman. Here's another one. This is number 16. And that one was Hawkman 4. I'm not a huge collector of Hawkman, but it's due to YouTube community that I figured out that that's a hot book right now. DC Comic presents the Mongol. I think this is the first appearance. So it's the second copy for me. And then I've looked all over for this. I've almost bought it for $10. New Teen Titans number 2, first Vigilante. All right, that's wave number 1. Next. Okay, Captain Marvel number 4. Or 5, sorry. Number 6. Number 11. Sorry if I'm going too fast. I'm trying to bust through these. 17. I do love the Captain Marvel run. This is great. And this is 18. This is an upgrade copy for me. I think this is where Miss Marvel gets her powers. Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel now. Miss Marvel to Captain Marvel, I guess. Carol Danvers, I think, where she gets her powers. I could be wrong. That's not her first appearance, I don't think. So, Captain Marvel 24. Just a super cool character that I was not reading comics or alive when he was alive in the comics. So it's been one of the deaths that have stuck. This is the beginning of the Cosmic Cube saga, I believe, number 25, including the first cover appearance of Thanos, if I'm not mistaken. Captain Marvel 26. I got a beat up copy of that one as well. Another second copy of that here. 27. 28. This is like the first Thanos saga. Another copy of that. 29. This is rough, where he gets his cosmic powers. Or a different set, I guess. 30. 31, you see Drax on the cover. It's one of his early appearances, I think. 32 versus Thanos. And 33, Cosmic Cube stuff. Then this one is yellowing, but I've never had this before. It's a cool book. Giant size Captain Marvel number 1. So definitely have to look through that. Pretty rough, but something to just add to my collection. Miss Marvel, number 1. Why not? And 18. I think this is the first full Mystique, if I'm not mistaken. I had sold the set 16, 17, 18 a while back when I was getting stuff ready for a down payment and weeding out my collection. And I've since brought back 16 and 17 in my collection, so it's cool to have 18 again. Marvel 2-in-1, 61, Thing and Starhawk. Her, when Her comes back into the equation. And then 62, Her is Adam Warlock's female side. I'd never seen this before. They had a bunch of amazing heroes. They didn't have the New Mutants one, but this Warlock cover is cool, the artwork. This is more of just a comic book magazine. Just picked it up for giggles. Some Strange Tales, 78, 178. So this is where Warlock starts to come into his own. 179. 180. This might be the first Gamora. Gosh, I hope I'm not making up shit here. She is somewhere in there, and I think it's that issue. Nova number 25. They did not have the first one. They had a good size run of Nova, but I just picked up 25 since I was already looting the place. Marvel Premiere number 1. Warlock, Power of Warlock. That's the beginning of his series. And number 2. This is a hard book to find in good condition because of the white cover. So this one's yellowing. And then where Warlock really came into his own, I love this cover. I love this version of the series, 9 through 15. So this is where he's battling his dark self, the Magus. There's another copy, 2 copies of this, number 10. 11, this is one of my favorite but trippy issues, where he goes, I think in the future, to kill himself, because his self is about to give birth to the evil Magus. And then 12. They had the other ones too, but they looked a little more beat up than I would have liked. All right, next wave. She-Hulk number 1. Newsstand. I've never owned this. This is cool. And it's in really decent condition. And then I just bought number 2. He had a bunch of old She-Hulk, but not a huge She-Hulk collector. Number 34, a better condition book than the one I bought last week or 2 weeks ago. 40, the infamous Jump Rope Nude issue. 52, Adam Hughes. Cool early Adam Hughes cover. And then the final issue, number 60. I thought it was the first issue for a hot second. Then I was like, oh wait, they did a mock-up of the first issue as the final cover. So that's that. And then I found Black Panther number 1. The hits keep coming. Number 2. Found Black Goliath number 1. I found another Warlock book, Hulk. This is 177. Unfortunately, there was no Wolverine in here for 181. I need to upgrade my copy. If anyone has one, let me know. First Brother Voodoo, 169 Strange Tales. I've seen this on some different hauls that everyone's posted. Some people have posted. And then I think this might be his second appearance on the second issue there, 170. All right. Web of Spider-Man number 1. The Venom costume comes off. Marvel Team Up. This is 65. Captain Britain. I think this is his first appearance in the mainstream Marvel universe. This is a cool one. This is an upgrade for me. 252. The argued first appearance of the symbiote, the black costume. So that's cool. And then Secret Wars number 8. I was looking through and I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jackpot. So definitely found that. I'm trying to finish up some of my Amazing Spider-Man collections, so that includes the annuals. Unfortunately, there were no Amazing Spider-Man double-digit or single-digit books. I was not that lucky, but this is still an epic haul for me. An early Punisher appearance, Spider-Man 174 and 175. 176, Goblin returns, Green Goblin. Only I think it's not Harry this time, is it? 179. It might be Harry, actually. Is this the first Black Cat? 194. First Cloak and Dagger, Spectacular Spider-Man 64. Yep. Cool cover. And a lot of these are in great condition. Spectacular Spider-Man 90. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, is this where he brings in the black costume? An early black costume edition? I'm not sure. Maybe not. Oh, it might be. Yeah. So this is another disputed early black costume edition. And then I found there's some moderns. Darkness, #1. This guy had like Femforce and all of those spoof books that were like the cheesecake books back in the 90s. I can't even recall what they are now. But he had buckets of those. So, but there's some good modern stuff in there too. So that first Witchblade. Second issue. I just don't see these. Picked up a run of the Turner stuff. This is Michael Turner's early work before he was really loved. Well, I think it's the start of his love. Witchblade 6. So I just said, why not? These are in great condition. #7. 8. Don't necessarily love some of these Turner covers, but it's his early stuff. It's a crossover with the Darkness. I really loved the Darkness storyline when Silvestri was drawing it. The art was pretty killer. #10. Trying not to get my fingers all over that black cover. And then first Angela. So I have some more piles. Let me grab them. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. So Coyote, #11. First Todd McFarlane artwork, or one of the first in comics. So that's a cool one. Daredevil 160. A lot of these are newsstands. 161. Yep. I guess that's not a newsstand. Found this. I think this is the first Nomad, Captain American 180. 144 Avengers. Is this the first Patsy Walker Hellcat? I believe so. 148. $196. First Taskmaster. Iron Man 126. Classic Iron Man cover. This is an early one I found in the bin. I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So Demon in the Bottle storyline. 128. And then this one's catching steam. It's an excellent, beautiful white cover. 219 Ghost. And I found some of these old Tales to Astonish and Tales of Suspense. This is number 97. So I just picked it up just because it is such a super old book. Tales to Astonish 86. Classic book. 94. And I know the bag sucks, but it's 96 as well. All right, so those. I'd been looking to collect He-Man, and who knows, it's kind of spec for me, I guess. I don't know if they're confirmed that they're doing a movie or something like that, but just for nostalgia's sake, I never knew there was a comic book. Well, I knew later in life, but as a kid I never did. So I picked up He-Man Masters of the Universe Superman, #1 from DC. Pretty cool find. And then picked up 2 copies of the DC #1, #2, and #3. So that's a complete set. I love that. And then Marvel's Star Universe. I guess that was the family friendly or the kid cartoony one. So I got #1, #2, #3. For some reason I love this cover. I loved the Slime Pit as a kid. I remember playing at that. My grandparents loved it. #4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Oh, also, I got 10 and 11. So I'd like to complete the set now. I've been sort of looking for them. I think it goes up to 15. So we'll see if I can find 12 through 15 there. So last bunch right here. They had some Marvel Age, so not sure if this has any steam, but it's Star Wars number 10, Marvel Age number 10. Some Secret Wars preview. Number 33, I think this is an X Factor preview, if I'm not mistaken. This is the Stan Lee one. I've never had this, number 41. It was picking up steam. I don't know if it still is. Be cool to have Stan sign that. Number 54. I think this is a wedding preview. And then there's something about number 1, annual number 1. It's got a cool wraparound. Can't remember what the significance is. I'd have to double check. I need to do some research on these. I don't know much about this book, but I thought I'd pick it up. It's a number 1, Warlord. And it's in really decent condition. War of the Worlds. This is Amazing Adventures number 18. This is the first Killraven, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe his first appearance is in the Marvel graphic novel. But I was looking online and it seemed like this was a first appearance. Red Sonja number 1. For some reason, I remember seeing this in magazines and was like, oh, this looks like a cool book to own someday. And that was when I was a kid. First time I've seen it in the wild. There was like 3 copies, but this is probably the best of the bunch. And then a Marvel feature presents Red Sonja number 1. I'm a big Barry Windsor Smith fan. You don't see his stuff anymore. I think maybe he's retired. But he did a lot of Conan. So I picked up some Conans since they were really affordable. So that's 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. This might be the first Red Sonja. I have to look that up. Don't take my word for it. And so those are the books. And next, there are some graphic novels or larger magazine previews. So these are upgrade copies. I had gotten rid of my originals. So Star-Lord, Marvel Preview presents Star-Lord. This is number 15. Cool painted cover. Is that Jusko? Yeah, Joe Jusko. Number 14. And these were actually a little racy. I had flipped through them a while back, and I think there's, some nakedness going on. Marvel Super Special Magazine, number 10. This was one of the things I gave away in my contest, my 300 subscriber contest. So it's back, and I think it's the first time Star-Lord's in color. Really cool big pages, big artwork. So it's cool to have that back. Marvel Preview number 18. Marvel Preview number 11. This is the second Star-Lord. They didn't have the first appearance, unfortunately. They had a lot of magazines like that. I've never seen this in the wild, but Bizarre Adventures. This is number 27. It's got a cool painted Phoenix cover. I'm going to look into this. I'll probably read this someday. It's got a little bend to it, but I think I can flatten it out. And last but not least, Savage Sword of Conan, number 2. Yep. So this is the earliest one I could find. There was a whole run of these. Didn't seem like there were any speculator value or worth investing the $1 or $3 into them. But just cool to get an early issue. If you think I need to go back and pick them up, let me know. Let's see, this is what I got. So definitely some amazing stuff. I'm really excited for this haul. And put this in bags, look into them more, read them, catalog them, whatever I need to do. They're all over the place. So thanks for watching. I know it's been a longer video than I usually do. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you all soon.
Another one in the basket.